Hoodie guy coming back with another one. All right, you can see Michael Saylor. Every time we post this on Sunday, they announce their buy. I don't think they're actually buying on Sunday or Monday. I just think that they bought throughout the week, and he posts this, and then the next day they reveal their purchase. And so more people gobbling up Bitcoin, better for all alts. Let's take out the Bitcoin Pi Cycle top indicator. You can see right here, it's the orange line is still moving away but slowed down. We'll see how that works out. Now we're less than 24 hours until the Crescendo hard fork. So right now the market, Kaspa is just following pretty much the overall market conditions, and it's not doing anything out of the ordinary. So it doesn't look like it's going to be a buy the news, sell the event, because it's basically just following the market right now. Maybe once it goes live and people see it, maybe some people will write about it. But right now, just whatever's going on in the market seems to be driving the price for Kaspa as well. And you got the Fed meeting on 6th and 7th, so they'll have their announcement. If they lower rates or the market likes what the Fed chair says, then that could have prices moving up. Hash rate still looking solid at 1.06 exahash, keeping the network secure. You can see price just a little over 9 cents, down 5.5%, which is par for the course all across the crypto market. When you look at the wallet number 2, hasn't moved in the last 24 hours. And the last couple times I've looked at the wallet, I guess it's 18, 19 right there, the 17, 18, 19, the ones that have been, I think it's actually 17 and 18, the ones that have been loading up pretty consistently, like 300,000 to 500,000 every day. The last couple of days I've taken a look at them, they've taken a breather, but they've still loaded up over 123 million each. So that's still a big fat bag, whoever that is. And you can see right here on the live blocks on cast.fyi that pretty much every block is running, and I think it's like 99% or something high, but pretty much all the blocks are running the Crescendo version of the software. So pretty much all the miners, I believe, are running that, or darn near all of them. So that's exciting. Everything's kind of geared up, and it's going to be exciting to see that flick over. And it'll be interesting to see what the market does. Right now it doesn't seem like it's priced in, and it's really tough to know what the market's going to do after that. This is a cool visualizer Crypto Matt made, showing Kaspa at 10 blocks per second versus Hyperliquid versus Kaspa 1 block a second versus Sui, Solana, Ethereum, Litecoin, and at the bottom Bitcoin. So pretty cool visualizer. Kaspa currently did get down to under 9 cents, so it has went up from 8.9 cents up over 9.3 cents. Currently 41 on CoinMarketCap. The dollar is still holding fairly strong at 100, so typically it breaks down under 100, and then crypto has got the free reign. But the U.S. debt is going to keep spiraling out of control. Maybe this Trump administration's be able to cut down some of the overspending or fraud or mismanagement or whatever it is. But I don't know if they're going to completely rein it in. It looks like they're going to make some cuts in the 2026 budget. But, last year I think the government spent 1.8 trillion more than it brought in, and it's going to do more of that this year. So the national debt, and this is on the Treasury website, and this is from 1924, but this is inflation adjusted, so it's not really the best. This shows the debt to GDP. You can see that it was pretty high right after World War II. Then it went down to the 70s and 80s, and since the 80s, and then we got off the gold standard in the 70s, fully off the gold standard in the 70s, and since then it's just been going up and to the right, with sometimes it pulling back a little bit. Towards the end of Bill Clinton's reign right here, they did have 4 years of a surplus that kind of reined things in a little bit, but since then we've been going off to the races. And then I still like looking at this chart. I know I've shown it a few times before. I don't think as many people think it's as cool as I do, but you can see the outstanding debt all the way back to 1790, and you can just scroll across here, and I could put a link to this. You have to go to the very bottom of the page and click around, but you can just see what's happening, and it just feels like it's like past the point of no return. Even if any administration gives it the college effort, the next administration can be a different political party that undoes half of what you've done, And it just feels like this is just a runaway train right now, that they may be able to do some kind of temporary relief for it, but it looks like it's starting to go out of control. So that's why people are going into digital assets. China and Japan have been trimming their U.S. treasuries, but then you have Tether, who's starting to become one of the larger buyers. So that's probably going to, lead the U.S. to really push out the stable coins, because other people in the country, it's never been easier for other people in other countries to buy the U.S. dollars. And as other countries are getting away from the dollar, just to make, because it got became a political weapon, and they're going to have demand for the dollar probably increase with Tether. Tether, can censor transactions, so it's not really the money that we're looking for. You got all these different cryptocurrencies, and everyone's got a community that really believes in it. SUI, Chainlink, AVAX, not some of these ones like Leo, like some of these exchange tokens, but HBAR, Bitcoin Cash, Hyperliquid, Litecoin, Polkadot, Monero, the privacy people. There's a lot of different communities, and they all think that their crypto is going to blow up. So it's just something to keep in mind, that for the most part, just Bitcoin and general market conditions drive the price for a lot of projects. But then you'll see some projects that go against the grain, and you can see like year to date, Monero's up 41%. But you look at Monero on the BTC chart, it doesn't look very good. But anyways, tomorrow's going to be an interesting day. It's going to be 10 blocks a second. We'll see how that goes. And if you're a long-term stacker, having the price not explode is good if you still want to pick it up below 10 cents. Overall, it's so hard to predict anything. For me, I see Kaspa as something that's awesome, and it's going in the right direction. And I think the thesis to think that Kaspa is going to do good in the future is solid. But at the end of the day, I still know that it's just really hard to know exactly. I mean, they still have Ethereum Classic above it. I mean, the Gate token, I don't know who cares about the Gate token. OKB, these exchange tokens hold a pretty high market cap. But, Aptos, it's really hard to predict the future. So for me, I'm doing the best I can. And I think you get some thesis that makes sense, in your investments, and then you just ride the wave out. And for me, once this market goes back up, at some point, I'll be taking profit, and I'll be talking about that. And, there's people stacking long-term, short-term, whatever your game is, stick to your plan, get a plan together. Right now, it's not super emotional. There's not even really that much hype built up around this Crescendo hard fork, which is good if you're wanting to stack more. But long term, if it goes up and you're looking to take profits, the best days that are going to sell are going to be very emotional, and it's going to be hard to hit the sell button. So you just want to get that stuff in check if profit taken's any part of your strategy. So that's all I got. Happy Sunday, and may the 4th be with you. And it's going to be exciting tomorrow, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, the hard fork, 10 blocks per second. And just if you've been stacking, then there's not much to do except just sit on your hands and enjoy the sunshine and let everything unfold. So thanks for watching, and have a good day.